That's Taylor Swift. But Beyonce, part of the reason why people love Beyonce is not only the music, but the aura, the dedication. She had a knee injury before she started playing this. She invented all of these things as part of her the entire concert over 4 years in the pandemic. Welcome to We Binged It. My name is MJ.
And my name is PK.
And welcome to the podcast, our video podcast, where we talk about everything that we've binged throughout the week, from movies to TVs and everything in between. We will be starting to putting out audio episodes, hopefully in the next couple of weeks. We will actually try to still upload videos into the holidays. We'll see. But for now, PK, quickly before we get into our contents, how are you doing?
Not too bad. Just working like the usual. What about you?
I'm doing good. Today I went holiday shopping. I
Ooh.
procrastinated too much. And I went holiday shopping for everybody, my family, friends, some things I still need to buy from Amazon. Even for you. Like I think I have everybody now. But there are things now I can't buy because I think I went overboard with the holiday shopping. So it's good.
Wow. Fun. Fun, but pricey.
I don't think I went overboard in terms of price per person. I think it
That's
was
good.
reasonably priced, even I really, really cheap. But I did try to put thought into each and every gift that I do get. When it comes to gift giving, I don't think you need to put a lot of, money behind your gifts. I think if it's coming from a good place, there's some thought into it, it goes into like their interests and what their needs and wants, then, I'm sure the person who's receiving it should appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm definitely trying to. I think I definitely need to improve on my gift giving skills because I don't have any.
Mm,
I'm like the worst person to ask when it comes to what gift I should give this person, just because I feel like
mm.
a lot of people have a lot of stuff, but it definitely, I think the thought definitely counts. So you really have to think it through, see what the interests and what they need. Um, but yeah, I feel like it's a really hard process. But some people are just natural at gift giving, like they have like all these ideas on the top of their head. But that's just not me.
But it's not that complicated. Like, for instance, one of my friends, she keeps talking about how she's really bad with water. She's like you, like she cannot drink water. Like she hates the taste of water. So I'm buying her a water bottle, like a really pretty, nice, aesthetic one where she can carry it around and she can see how much water she drank throughout the day. And it's see through, like it's really nice. But I got it from Amazon, super cheap, but it's not
That's
expensive, but it's
smart.
thoughtful, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So you're just gonna have to be insightful. I know some people throughout the year they actually start buying the gifts as soon as somebody brings up something or whenever like the idea comes to them. A lot of people live like a long running list on their phone
Yeah.
and they keep okay. MJ likes this, PK likes this, or PK's having issues with this, and then you can create like a gift based off of that issue or interest or like or need, whatever it is. And that's what I've been doing throughout the year mentally. I've been doing it on paper, but mentally, that's what I've been doing. So I don't say I'm good at it either. I honestly hate spending money. That's why I do it all at once. So I just rip the
Mhm.
band-aid instead of doing it throughout the year because it makes me feel like I'm spending a lot of money, you know?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Mm. Okay. So let's go into our content for the week. PK, do you have a guy that you want to volunteer to be part of the Kill, Marry, and Kiss game that we play each and every episode? We choose 3 characters where we kill, marry, or kiss.
Yeah, so I've been watching two different shows. So from the first show, there's Dr. Paulo Macarini. It's a
Okay.
docuseries actually, and he's like the main character in that docuseries. And then the next show is Life with the Walters. So for that, there's two guys. Let me just pull up their names.
Is it Life with the Walters?
Yeah, Oh, sorry, My Life with the Walter Boys.
Hmm.
And there's two guys. There's Cole and Alex, but we'll just do Cole.
Okay.
What about you?
I'll pull them up on my phone here. My guy's gonna be so you've chosen two guys. I'm just gonna choose Jay-Z since I watched the Beyonce
Okay.
movie.
Okay.
Jay-Z, which is interesting. Um so let me talk about Jay-Z and then you can talk about your two characters. So Jay-Z is in this era of Beyonce's life on the back burner. We don't really learn a lot about who Jay-Z is and where he is, which is fine. Like, I don't need to know anything about him. I heard that Jay-Z was slinging drugs earlier on before it became a rapper, producer, mogul, billionaire that he is today. My colleague told me this recently, and it goes to show as to why Beyonce likes Jay-Z. Because to me, I would never pair those two together. But I think because deep, deep, deep inside Beyonce, because we really don't know her. Deep, deep, deep inside Beyonce, she's really is a normal Houston girl, like she says in the documentary. And maybe that normal Houston girl, connected with the normal guy Jay-Z is. And maybe he's also from Texas as well. I don't know, but I would never pair those two together. But how about your two guys? And who are they again?
Um, okay, so the first one is Dr. Paolo Macchiarini. So the docuseries is very interesting. His
What is the
character
docuseries
is,
called?
it's called Bad Surgeon.
Bad Surgeon.
Yeah. Bad
Okay.
Surgeon, Love Under
And
the
it's
Knife,
on which platform?
Netflix.
Okay.
So Dr. Paolo Macchiarini is definitely like a genius, and he's really well known for his work. So he's super smart and hardworking. But then there's like this other side to him is that he's lying, that he's manipulative. So he has this two different sides. And he also is very like a romantic person. He does these like grand gestures in relationships, but it's kind of
Mm,
like there's like two sides to him. So he has like different
mm.
personalities almost. So he's like a complicated character. And then the next one is Cole. Cole from My Life with the Walter Boys on Netflix. Cole is
Okay.
the typical bad guy kind of character where he was doing good in school, but he has dropped, but now he's not doing so well in school. He was planning to do a football scholarship, but now he injured his leg and he's not able to play football anymore. So he's kind of like just being like his grades are plummeting. He's kind of just has no goals. He's trying to just like, I don't know, go with the flow. But he's like the typical bad boy kind of character in the show.
Mm.
So yeah, those are the two characters.
Okay, so the doctor in the documentary is a documentary based on him.
Yes,
Okay, and is it based on him for a good reason or for a bad reason?
for a bad reason. Like they're trying to expose him
I would
because he
kill the
got away
doctor.
with he got away with a lot of things, which is
Okay,
crazy.
okay, so I would kill the doctor. I would kiss Noah, and of course marry Jay-Z because number one, I'm not attracted to Jay Z physically, but I think he's the type of guy that I would be attracted to once I get to know him deep, deep inside, you know? It's not like the TikToker I found last night where like I would jump his bones. But once I like go on a few dates with him and he like fits my fancy, you know what I mean? Then I'd be like, okay. And
Yeah.
I'm not persuaded by money. I don't care how much money you have. It's how you treat me and treat my family. So, and how you think of me and how you show up for me. That's always
Mm-hmm.
been me when it comes to family and friends. So for me, he just gonna have to prove himself. But like, I'll marry him. I'll
Mm,
I'll
interesting.
marry him at first sight. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think I would kill the doctor, marry Cole, and then kiss Jay Z just because I don't know. I feel like Jay-Z's background of like, I don't know, being, you said he was in the drugs and stuff, and
But earlier on, as it like when he was in his 20s, I heard.
yeah, yeah. But I don't think I'm physically attracted to him. So like you were
Mm,
saying, I don't think he's my
yeah,
type, but I think Cole is definitely is. So even though he has like that bad boy kind of personality, I think that's just a phase, and maybe he would get over that phase. So yeah, I don't know.
that's praying, hoping, and
Well, Jay
what
Z
if
did.
he doesn't get over the phase, PK?
What?
What if he doesn't get over the phase?
Then I'm screwed.
I feel like guys and people like that who are like Cole, they peak in high school. They are the best. They live their best years in high school, and then some of them just plummet and do like crazy things after high school.
Definitely.
Um, yeah, that's interesting. So where should we begin? We have three shows, unless you want to talk about two shows. Well, one movie and then the show.
Yeah,
But
we'll probably just do one show.
okay, so which one
So I'm
out of
going
the
to talk
shows?
about Bad Surgeon, which is a docu-series on Netflix.
Hmm.
And it's an interesting docu-series because I never knew about this until I watched the docu-series. So it's about a surgeon that invented this plastic windpipe, and he wanted to replace windpipes in patients that had breathing problems or had like a hole in their trachea or some type of procedure or some type of illness where they weren't able to breathe properly. So his whole idea was to put this plastic piece of windpipe into the body of the patient covered with stem cells. And then the body would
Mm.
regenerate and would start working like the windpipe, and it would kind of help with the function uh, of breathing, basically. So it was crazy because he performed this procedure on 8 patients, and and all 7 of them died. One survived, but the windpipe was taken out. That's why the patient survived. So the crazy part is that there was no basic science data, so there was no proof. So nobody asked for the research behind it. There was no animal studies done. He went straight to humans, and there was no evidence, no proof, no research behind it. And the doctors that were on his team and other people that were on the team didn't even ask for any type of evidence. And it was just crazy because nobody asked any questions, and I can't believe it was done to 8 different patients. And also he started a relationship with a journalist, and he only was in that relationship just because the journalist helped cover his tracks, but the journalist was just like in love with the doctor, and the doctor was so romantic and so manipulative to the journalist by um, taking her on these extravagant trips all over the world, making her fall in love with him. So she was just so in love with him that she helped him cover his tracks in articles and in the docuseries and anything that really was public exposure to him. So that was just so crazy because the journalist explains her whole side of the story, and I'm like, she's like, I can't believe I missed all of these like flags, these red flags, and she just missed them because she was just so blindly in love with him. And yeah, so this docu series explains what happened, how he got away with it, but now he is facing punishment. So he's in, I think it's 2 years of jail, but that's crazy because 2 years, I think it should definitely be more jail time.
So let me get this straight. This doctor created medical negligence and killed, so homicide,
Yeah.
7 people. Okay. With those 7 people, oh, experiencing technical difficulties.
Oh, sorry.
So killed 7 people.
Hmm.
And like, okay, let me ask you this question. Do you honestly believe the reporter?
What do you mean?
Do you believe that the reporter was madly in love and missed the red signs and blah blah blah?
I think she was a little bit like blinded by love and she really wanted this relationship to work. So I think, yeah, I think she was.
I I think she's smarter than, I mean, which publication did she work for?
I forget the newspaper. I forget.
Okay, so let me just say, like, that's kind of bullshit because I don't really understand. If she knew that 7 people were dying or
But
people that were part of the study died,
yeah, she started to catch up to his lies because she started to realize like this doesn't make sense, and then she started to dig more and more into it, and that's why she created this docuseries because she finally found out the truth
that's crazy. I'm sorry, no.
that it took her years to find out.
No. There were 7, though, out of the 8 people part of the study, 7 of
Yeah,
them died.
yeah, that's crazy. Nobody questioned it.
Why? Because did he have all these accolades and all these awards and he's a very prestigious doctor?
He's apparently the greatest surgeon
Excuse me.
in the world.
So nobody questioned it because of ego and status.
Hmm.
Okay. And whose fault is that? The hospitals. So if I was the family of these patients, I would be suing the hospital,
Yeah.
him and his family, the reporter, the reporter news organization, like literally everybody. I will be naming each and every one of these individuals as parties in the lawsuit.
Yeah.
It's medical negligence. It's literally it's homicide. Like he killed people not based on science, just based on because he could.
Hmm.
And
It's
he's going
crazy.
for jail for 2 years over 7 deaths, bruh.
It's just so crazy. I'm like, seriously, he was the reason of the patient's death. Like he knew this wasn't working on the first after the first patient. He knew it wasn't working, but he still went on with the procedure in the other patients.
It sounds like the black girl in the House of Usher. If anybody watched it, she's doing created a study on chimpanzees or apes, and she knew that it wasn't working. Each and every one of the chimpanzees were dying, and still tried to fool and persuade, Mr. Usher that her study is going to work and heal people, and it never did.
Hmm.
Um, there has to be more scrutiny and more, I don't know, hands-on whatever. Like, you can't just because you have all of this power and ego and awards doesn't mean your
Yeah,
work can't be checked. Like, it's
yeah,
it's there's no excuse is what I'm saying. Like, there's no excuse. How about all of the people who worked for him, like his medical assistants, his operational nurse and post-op nurse, like everybody who worked for him.
I don't know. I don't know why, and nobody stopped to think, like, oh, let me check the research behind this. This is a new thing, it's never done before. Is there solid research behind it? And nobody has checked until people started doing digging, like until the reporter did some digging and started finding out all of these lies. And then the other surgeons on the team also realized that there's no research behind it. And then they told the hospital, I guess, board, and the hospital board denied it. Why are they denying it? Like, why aren't they actually checking into it? Like, they're denying all of these um, excuses. They're making excuses for him. And the other surgeons on the team are saying, like, no, there's no research behind it. It is wrong to do. But they're just denying it and they're just like not just looking the other way. It's crazy.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I
I
really
just feel
hope,
so bad for the patients' families.
yeah,
I know because most of the patients were super desperate. Most of them, some of them were like cancer patients, and a lot of the doctors were telling them there's nothing they can do. So then that kind of put them in a place of desperation. And I think Dr. Macaroni, definitely used use them to his advantage.
Yeah. Yeah, I really hope the patient's family goes after them for every single penny they got. Ignorance, I always say to people and even my clients, is not a defense. Just because you don't know something doesn't mean you can be absolved from something. You can't. That's it's your job to know if it's your job to know. Um, it sounds like a really interesting documentary. Let us know down below in the comments, guys, what you guys think about that if you watch that. But going into the Beyonce movie, for those of you who've watched the Beyonce movie, like this is going to be a spoiler alert. I am going to go into quite a lot of details in the next 10 minutes. It looks like. Number one, the music is incredible. I wasn't really a fan of Renaissance, the album, but when you're watching it on film and you watching her sing it, like actually sing it, like she is not, she's not, she's not lip singing. She's singing each and every note for the next 3 hours. Her vocals are definitely better than Coachella, because I know a lot of people are comparing Renaissance to Coachella. It's better than Coachella. Number two, the vocal, like the dresses, the outfits, like you're captivated on the craftsmanship of the outfits, and she goes behind the scenes in each and every aspect of the concert. Each and every outfit was crafted by hand. Each and every bead you see, people are gluing it on the outfit. That's number one. That's number two. Number three, I did not know that each and every stage that she was on, her team built it from scratch.
Oh,
So if
really?
you're seeing it on TikTok, the screen behind her when she's performing, each and every person had to install those panels. Hundreds of panels.
Oh, wow.
150 trucks follow them all over America. There were nurses, doctors, paramedics, there were makeup artists, there were costume designers, there were choreographers. It was like hundreds of people following her, and she orchestrated this entire thing. And this is something that apparently she built for over 4 years. It's
Wow.
not like, and I think that's the difference between this and the Taylor Swift concert. Taylor Swift has the hype because her music she crafts, right? Like her lyrics, she crafts. Her lyrics come from her actual life, and people get to know more about Taylor Swift because of her lyrics, and that's Taylor Swift. But Beyonce, part of the reason why people love Beyonce is not only the music, but the aura, the dedication. She had a knee injury before she started playing this. She invented all of these things as part of her the entire concert over 4 years in the pandemic. This isn't something she was like, oh, let me just go on tour. Over 4 years, hundreds of people under her staff, so many different individuals. Her kids followed her throughout the world in regards to the tour. It was an incredible thing to see somebody dedicating their entire life to one thing and giving it their all. I get it. I know Beyonce is a billionaire, millionaire, whatever. And she has all of this, support, like people support. But the thing is, each and every part, like she was in the actual movie while in a camera, she was naming like hundreds of people that were under her staff, from truck drivers, from to nurses, to makeup artists, to art designers, to people who installed each and every one of those panels that you see. 150 trucks traveling from city to city. 150 trucks traveling from city to
That's
like,
crazy.
and then you see like the dedication that she put into it, that she really is. She keeps saying that she is a mom, like deep inside. If you peel the performer, if you peel, she's a music producer, because she did sign people, because she has her own label now. She signed Chloe and Haley under her label. You peel all of that, she's a mom. And she said that it was hard for her to do all of this. At the end of the day, her kids just want her mom after she comes out of the stage, after she, she's able to calm herself down from performing. A couple hours later, her kids are like, Mom, they don't care like what type of job you do. And it's true. So it's like, it's so fascinating, and you're captivated, and you're taken upon this ride. And from Beyonce's point of view, it is incredible. Um, I was just moved from beginning to end. I did cry. I loved it. I realized I'm one of a silence beehive. I am a massive big fan of Beyonce. And I wasn't a big fan of Renaissance because I just listened to the music. I didn't hear what made her create this music. Like, this music was inspired by her gay uncle who died in the last couple of years. And she created this music because she's a people pleaser, she says. She's in a moment in her life where she just wants to create music, just to create music. She's free. She feels happy in this moment. She just wants to create music because this is what she's feeling. She's not creating music for me, for you. This music that she created was for herself. So it's so interesting. Like, there was depth into this documentary. And I think that's why a lot of people are really gravitating and just connect to it on a heavy level. And I was 10 out of 10, 11 out of 10, 1,000 out of 10, and I will see it again. Like, what do you think, Pika?
Oh wow, it does seem more interesting than I guess the Taylor Swift movie. It seems like there's a little bit more of the behind the scenes that was kind of missing from the Taylor Swift movie. So I do think that's super interesting, especially especially seeing Beyonce's other side in her life, like not always just seeing her as a star, just singing, but she also is an organizer and she's also a mom. So seeing those two different sides, seeing those different sides of her life is super interesting. It kind of humanizes her as well because you can't see
Yes.
her as like a superstar and she's like super famous, super rich.
Yes.
This kind of brings her down to earth, like trying to like
Mm-hmm.
where we can relate to her struggles much more. So I think
Mm-hmm.
that's always a great part of documentaries is always seeing these like superstars, but they're actually just like us.
Yes. And it's interesting too because I think the Taylor Swift concert, people went to go see her for her, and
Mm,
there wasn't much to the concert. It was just her singing.
yeah,
While the Beyonce concert was a performance. There was
right.
3D art. There was things that was built. Like, they carried each and every of the stage to each and every city. Like, it was, you came for her for singing, for the art, for the costume, for the dedication, for the soul. It was just, but Taylor Swift, you just came because you knew the songs.
Yeah,
But I think for Beyonce, it's just more than that. And that's why I do think that you cannot compare Beyonce to Taylor Swift. Beyonce is truly an icon of our generation. And Taylor Swift is kind of up there, but not yet. I think Taylor Swift is really good with writing songs, but I wouldn't say, when it comes to the dedication and the perfectionism, like the way she perfects everything that Beyonce does,
right.
is unmatched. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think definitely the performance level of Beyonce is a different level than anybody else. Like it's definitely very different. And I think Taylor Swift, she did have a good set designs, but I think her performance wasn't at the best. Like
Mm,
Taylor Swift, sometimes her singing wasn't wasn't right. Like it was a little bit off, I feel like, especially when you had to do singing and dancing. That's super hard to do like at the same time, right? So I think Beyonce just it just comes very like natural to her and she's able to do singing and dancing, which is such a hard thing to do, but I don't know how Beyonce does it.
Beyonce does it naturally with a knee, injury, and she had, nasal, respiratory all throughout the tour, and like, you would be absolutely shocked, shocked shocked at the fact that this girl can sing at the level that she is, like incredible, and still be able to twerk and do the things that she's doing on stage. She's not even twerking, she's moving, she's dancing from one end to the next.
Right.
And memorizing everything. And then we got to see Blue talked, and it was so, it was everything I needed and more.
Yeah, I think her performance is always just so amazing and out of this world that nothing can compare to it. And I feel like it's just with a lot of experience because I know Beyonce has a lot more experience. I think I don't know if Taylor Swift started a little bit later, but Beyonce has, I don't know, she just has her performance down. Like it just can't compare to anybody else.
I think Taylor Swift did start a bit earlier on, but
Oh,
in
okay.
terms of writing, but Beyonce started singing as early as 10 years old.
Oh wow, okay.
Um, so yeah, so it's
It's just
somewhat, I understand why
crazy.
people you would compare it, but honestly, it cannot be compared.
Yeah.
But guys,
But
I
to
would
see
totally
that you were saying that they had moving trucks, like 150 moving trucks, like who does that? Only Beyonce can do this. Only Beyonce. Like who else
I'm
can pull
telling you,
this off?
PK,
Tell me
I'm
somebody
telling
else.
you, I'm telling you, PK, like I know these were spoiler alerts. Even Blue gave insight into her set list saying, "Oh, you have to play Diva, the song, because
Oh
people really
my
like, because
god.
she actually played old songs, PK. That's what blew my mind. I thought she was only playing Renaissance. She played
Wow.
a lot of old songs, like,
No way.
Megan Thee Stallion was there, like Kendrick Lamar. Like, I'm like, so part of me does regret not going to the concert, to be quite honest with y'all. But
Wow.
yeah, she did play I'm not a diva. I'm not a diva. And you know what I mean?
Really?
Like,
Oh my
and that
gosh.
was Blue. Her daughter told her to play that. Like, I'm telling you,
Wow.
if you have a couple of hours, PK, in your day, just
Yeah, for
watch
sure.
the movie. Just it's so good. I would recommend watching in theaters though, but I know that PK has to go right now. It's 9:11. But we do have to go.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for tuning in, y'all. I hope you guys like this episode. It's a bit shorter than we usually do. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like, and don't forget to leave a comment down below. We are growing, and we have some exciting content, exciting episodes for you guys in the next few weeks. So hopefully you guys like it. But for now, happy holidays, and we'll see you guys when we see you soon. Hopefully next week. Bye.
Bye.